A millionaire spent millions trying to cure his mute daughter. Nothing worked. Then in a crowded square, a ragged homeless girl offered her a strange murky liquid. The crowd laughed. The father raged, certain it was poison. But when the girl drank, the impossible happened. And one word changed everything. Before we dive in, let us know in the comments what time is it, and where are you watching from. Let's start. The city square was loud with footsteps and chatter. But Leia heard none of it. She only felt the weight of silence pressing against her throat. The same silence that had trapped her since birth. At 7 years old, the little blonde girl had never spoken a word. Doctors, teachers, even priests had tried to fix her, but all had failed. Her father's millions couldn't buy a voice. She stood by a fountain, blue vest neat over her checkered blouse, her pale hair catching the light. Her eyes followed the crowd, curious, but she stayed quiet, always quiet. Then a shadow approached. It was a girl not much older, but worlds apart. Her skin was smeared with dirt, her gray shirt clinging to a small frame. Her braids were tied with a faded pink string, her hands rough from begging and scavenging. Her name was Maya, though no one in the city ever cared enough to ask. To them, she was just another stain on the pavement. Maya stopped a few feet away, clutching a battered plastic bottle to her chest. Inside sloshed a liquid that didn't look right. Murky, pale brown, with tiny specks floating. It wasn't water. It wasn't juice. It looked wrong. Still, Maya's eyes locked on Ela. "You're thirsty, aren't you?" Leia blinked. Her throat ached dry as dust. She swallowed hard but couldn't answer. Maya stepped closer, lowering her voice. "I saw you. You keep touching your throat like it hurts. I know that look. I've seen it before." She extended the bottle with both hands. "Drink this. Just a little. It might help." Leia froze. Her father's warnings echoed in her mind. Don't take anything from strangers, especially not from the streets. But she couldn't tear her eyes away from the bottle. Maya pushed it closer, her tone sharper now, almost desperate. "Don't look at me like I'm crazy. I know what this is. My grandma, before she died, she made it for me. She said it had power. It's the only thing I kept after she was gone." Leia's small hands twitched at her sides. Her lips parted, but no sound came. "You can't talk, can you?" Maya whispered, her eyes narrowing. "That's why you stare but never answer. You're trapped just like me. They don't hear you either." Her words hit like stones. Leia's chest rose fast, as if someone had just read her secret out loud. Maya shoved the bottle forward again. "Then drink. What do you have to lose?" A couple in fancy clothes passed by, sneering. "Disgusting." Feeding her garbage, the man muttered. The woman tugged his arm, not even glancing back. Maya's face burned, but she didn't lower the bottle. "See, that's what they think of me. Dirt, trash. But this," she shook the bottle slightly. "This is all I have. And I swear it's not poison. It's what kept me alive when I had nothing." Leia stared into Maya's eyes. They weren't lying eyes. They were raw, desperate, begging to be trusted. With trembling fingers, Leia reached out. She wrapped her pale hand around the bottle, feeling its sticky surface. Maya guided it to her lips. "Small sip," Maya warned, her voice firm. "Don't be greedy. Just let it touch your throat." Leia tilted the bottle. The liquid hit her tongue. Strange, earthy bitter, nothing like anything she'd ever tasted. She gagged, coughing, her eyes watering. "Slow," Maya cried, snatching it back. "Don't spit it out. Let it sit. That's how it works." Leia coughed again, clutching her throat. But she didn't spit it out. She swallowed. Her eyes widened at the sensation. Something warm spreading down, tingling, unfamiliar. Maya's face softened with a flicker of hope. "Good. That's it. You'll see. Maybe it'll do for you what it did for me." Leia frowned, tilting her head. "I was sick once." Maya explained quickly, her voice trembling. "Couldn't even breathe right. Grandma made this and forced me to drink it. Next morning, I was fine. Doctors had given up, but she knew. She called it a gift." Leia clutched the bottle tighter. For the first time in her life, something stirred in her throat like pressure trying to escape. She gasped. "Step away from her." The man roared, his polished shoes pounding against the stone, his fists clenched, his face red with fury and fear. Maya froze, clutching the bottle to her chest as if it were armor. "I didn't hurt her," she cried, her voice cracking. "I swear I didn't." "Silence." His voice boomed like thunder. "How dare you touch my daughter with that filth?" The crowd gasped. People in suits and dresses gathered, whispering and pointing. A homeless child feeding a millionaire's daughter. Everyone assumed the worst. Leia stood trembling between them, her small hand still pressed to her throat. Her eyes darted from Maya to her father, torn between the only man who had ever protected her and the only girl who had dared to offer her something no one else could. She was thirsty, Maya shouted, desperation making her bold. I saw her. She couldn't ask. She couldn't say it, but I knew. I gave her what my grandma gave me. I only wanted to help. The father's face twisted in rage. He reached for his daughter, pulling her behind him protectively. Do you realize who she is? Do you realize what you've done? She could be poisoned. Maya's lip quivered, but she didn't look away. No, she's not poisoned. Look at her. He turned to Leia, ready to scold her too, but froze. His daughter's small chest rose and fell quickly, her lips trembling as if words were fighting to be born. She opened her mouth, and a faint broken sound spilled out. Pa! The crowd gasped. The man staggered back, his heart slamming against his ribs. For 7 years he had prayed, begged, paid doctors millions, and not a single word had come. Now, in the middle of a filthy square after drinking from a beggar's bottle, his daughter had spoken. Tears sprang to his eyes. Lila, say it again. Leia pressed her hand to her throat, eyes wide with fear and wonder. Pa! Pa! The word cracked, raw but real. The father's knees nearly buckled. He caught her in his arms, holding her close, sobbing. For years, he had only dreamed of hearing her call him by name. Now it was here. Miraculous. Impossible. Maya stepped forward cautiously, her hand still trembling. I told you it wasn't poison. It was all I had left from my grandma. She said it could heal what no doctor could. The man turned, his tears quickly hardening into suspicion. You expect me to believe this? That a ragged girl with a dirty bottle could give me what the finest hospitals in the world couldn't? The crowd buzzed, half in awe, half in doubt. Maya's eyes glistened. Believe what you want. I didn't ask for your trust. I just gave her what I had. She found her voice. That's all that matters. Claude murmurs. Rose, it's a miracle, someone whispered. That child spoke. No, it's dangerous, another argued. Who knows what's in that bottle? The father's hand shook as he cradled his daughter. He wanted to rage, to call guards, to sweep this filthy child away from his world forever. But his daughter's small voice broke through his fury again. Papa. It was weak, but it was clear, and it was undeniable. His throat tightened. He sank to his knees, clutching Leia close. For years, he had promised her everything. Castles, toys, vacations. Yet, it was a hungry girl from the streets who gave her the one thing his millions never could. Maya stood a step away, her blanket-thin shirt fluttering in the breeze, her expression torn between pride and fear. She expected to be dragged away. Instead, the father looked up at her. His voice was raw, trembling between gratitude and anger. Why? Why would you give this to her? Maya's answer was simple. Because I know what it feels like to be voiceless. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. The crowd went silent. The words cut deeper than any insult. The father closed his eyes. His pride fought him, but the truth pressed harder. He opened them again, tears streaking his face. You saved her. Maya's lips parted. She didn't expect those words. Not from him. He pulled a silk handkerchief from his pocket, pressing it into her hand. It isn't enough. Nothing I give you will ever repay this. But you will never go hungry again. Not after today. Maya clutched the cloth, stunned. For the first time in years, someone wasn't treating her like trash. Leia reached out from her father's arms, her tiny fingers brushing Maya's dirt-streaked hand. She smiled, her lips moving around a word she had never spoken before. Friend. Ma's eyes filled with tears. The crowd gasped again, but no one dared laugh this time. The millionaire had money, power, and influence. But it was a homeless girl with a mysterious liquid who gave his daughter her first voice. And nothing, not his rage, not his pride, not society's judgment could erase that truth. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us miracles can come from the most unexpected places. Tell us in the comments, would you have trusted the girl or pulled your child away?